Sergeant Nuts? How crazy is she? Today we're going to review the chapter 95 of Teacher and Pupil for the Dragonball Super manga, and let me tell you, even though it's pretty much just the movie all over again still, we have some changes. Now before we get into the plot, I do want to point out, my god, Taro, you know how to make a panel. And by that I mean, my god, you make good fighting shots. And I can't thank you enough for that part. Now, the plot of the chapter is where they're still continuing on. Gohan and Gamma are still fighting each other. And then, of course, Piccolo jumps in a little bit after and starts fighting. But this is where the twist comes in. Instead of a one-on-one battle against two different fights, they kind of like collide together. There's moments where you see Gohan and Piccolo charging at Gamma 1 and 2. And then there's moments where Gamma 1 and 2 are going after Piccolo, so it kind of feels like a free-for-all battle almost, except it's like a team match. Something like that. But once you get past all that fighting parts and you go to the other part of the chapter, this is where things get a little interesting. Now, Krillin gets a call from his general. Not gonna say who, but let me tell you, she might be crazy. And now you have Android 18 literally jealous of a call that Krillin's getting. No offense to Taro or the writers or Toriyama, but 18 does not seem like the type who gets jealous that easily. It's nice to see Marin growing up, everything, but why this particular one? This panel, why does this have to be a thing? This whole time that 18 would be jealous of Krillin getting a random phone call, even though he's telling the truth about work because he's a police officer. And yes, I understand in 18's, perspective of, we're going out for dinner, hello, can you just put work off for the time being? I get that part. But she goes with Krillin, which is going to end up fighting Cell Max, all because she doesn't believe him. That part don't make sense. I understand if there was like a fight and 18 just says, I am coming no matter what. That, I understand. 100%. She would probably tell her daughter, go home, find a way home, take a taxi, here's some money, bon voyage, I gotta go fight. She seems like that type. She's like a very strict woman. She's been like that through like Dragon Ball Super. She's pretty much been like that with the Dragon Ball Z series. But I never thought of her as a jealous woman at all in this show. That's insane. That's probably the most outrageous thing I've seen out of this whole chapter. Forget about the fights. Let's talk about 18 jealous here, okay? But besides that, the chapter is not bad. We've already seen this in the movie, so it's not like something brand new, experience or whatever. Plus, we finally get to see Orange Piccolo show up at the end of the chapter, which is really nice to see. I love the panel for that. But besides that, the story isn't progressing really that much. It just feels like we're taking small little clips here and there until we're finally going to end the movie. We might have 2 more chapters on our hands before we finally get to something else that is way different and maybe something more interesting. I don't know. Maybe Frieza Black might show up. Maybe a new enemy. Maybe Gohan Beast might actually fight Goku and Vegeta and see how their power levels are. Or maybe with Broly. The possibilities after this is endless to anything interesting. It will be phenomenal. Everybody's going to love it. But I think for the time being, I know I can tell everybody is getting dull about these chapters lately because it's literally the movie with maybe some little nits pieces of little extra stuff. So my review personally for this is probably like maybe a 5 or 6 out of 10. It's alright. It's not fancy. 18's just jealous apparently. Besides that, chapter's still good. Nothing wrong with that. If you've never seen the movie and you're just reading along the manga and not prefer the anime, you're going to probably like this. Maybe it might be higher in your perspective, but I think for the time being, 5 or 6 is probably the best we're going to give out of this chapter. So, other than that, guys, let me know down in the comment section below what are your thoughts, opinions about this chapter. Maybe even give a rating. Do you give it lower than a 5 or 6, or higher than a 5 or 6? Let me know, and of course, I'll see you all in the next videos. Take care. Have a great day.